YouTube friends all the way around the world and back again. Welcome to my channel, and this morning I'm coming on to show you the project that I'm working on. This was a blanket that I crocheted for myself, minus the little white bit. And it's a beautiful creation, and I say that because I've never crocheted before I'd done this, and I can't actually show you the full size of it because it's not huge, but it's pretty big. And as much as I don't like buying things, I'd rather recycle and upcycle. Sometimes when it comes to certain things, you have to buy. So this was what I bought: Marble Chunky by James Brett, machine washable, 200 grams per fiddly-do, per ball. And it's a beautiful marble blend of different colours. Now, it is machine washable, which is even better. However, I do have my little gripes with it. And this guy, I do like, first of all, before I tell you about my gripe, this guy, James C. Brett Limited, is a Monarch Mills in Clyde Street, Bingley, West Yorkshire. And I'm happy to support anybody that's, I'm going to say, a small business, even though he's a limited company and probably quite large. It's not corporate, is what I'm saying. So I'd rather buy from people like this than not buy at all. And I don't think he puts the colours on these. Right, so this, the actual product is actually made in Turkey for this guy. So he doesn't make it in Yorkshire, so that's the other little gripe I've got. But I'm still supporting an independent retailer, which is what I like. Now, the little gripe I've got is that it's not upcycled wool, which doesn't favour with me, but not always. I have made quilts like this out of stuff that I've bought from the op shop and stuff like that. But this is the next one I'm doing. This one that I'm doing, this one that I'm doing now, in beautiful purples and greens and blues, is for my niece as a keepsake, as she admired mine so much. She goes back to New Zealand in a couple of weeks, in the new year. She's Australian born, but she moved out to New Zealand when she was young on her own and has decided that's where she wants to live. And she's been over in this country because her parents are British. When I say this country, I'm talking to you from the UK. And her parents are British, so she's got automatic nationality, dual nationality. And she loved it so much, and she mentioned that she wanted, I wish I had a keepsake, a lovely blanket like that, or a rug of some format, or a quilt. So I thought, okay. So this is hers, be it that I had to goad out of her, what sort of colours do you like? And she is, well, and it was quite a funny conversation because I was standing in the shop at the time, and she said, well, I like light greens and I like this colour. She said, but I also like this colour. And anyway, by the time she'd finished the colours that she liked, we'd gone through practically the whole rainbow and all of its blends. So I was still none the wiser, and I was going to get a really rustic brown and autumn colours, but they didn't have enough of the actual one, so I still might do that one next. So I got her this one, which on camera, me looking at it on camera, doesn't actually justify the colour of it. But it is absolutely beautiful now that it's knitting up. Now, when I say I'm really proud of my crochet work, it's because I couldn't crochet a year ago. So thanks to beautiful technology and YouTube, and I'm going to put the link of the lady that I learnt off I think her name's something Coco. Bella Coco, that's it. And if it hadn't been for her, young girl, thank you very much for your YouTube channel, I wouldn't have been able to achieve this. So it's because of her that I've learnt how to do this. Be it that I can't, I can't do anything else, it's kind of irrelevant. All I know how to do is knit blankets and do granny squares. But that's okay, because that's all I want to do right now. So this particular project is, I am sitting here and I'm going to be working away at this until it's large enough. Well, I've bought 5 200-gram balls, so however big that turns out to be is how big this blanket's going to end up. And I'm just doing triple crochet, and if that means nothing to you, then you are going to have to go and, what am I doing here? You are going to have to go and have a look at Bella Coco. There's no point in me doing it because she's already done an amazing video, so I don't see the point in me sitting here telling you how to do it when she's already done it. And she does it in such a way you can literally follow her stitch by stitch, so you can't get lost, literally. I even recommended to a lady, I was in the shop yesterday, just put you up a little bit because we're going to have a bit of a chat while I'm here, move you forward a little bit, who was encouraging her young daughter to do some knitting, and she asked me what I was doing, and I said crochet. She went, that's easier, and we got chatting, and it was this Bella Coco again. I recommended her to go and watch this video on how to help her daughter out, because she was buying it for part of her Christmas present. She was buying her a startup kit, and I was like, that's a great idea. And she was explaining that her daughter's suddenly getting into it, and she'd never taught her, and she didn't know where to start buying all this stuff. So I explained how I got into it, and taught myself from this beautiful video by Bella Coco, which was just great, because now I'm able to give my niece a keepsake. Ooh. So I am actually pretty, I know I'm quite a humble person when it comes to stuff, but I am really chuffed with myself that I have been able to achieve just this. And, sometimes we don't like technology, but I tell you something, I have learnt so much of how to do things that I didn't know how to do before, or get access to, you can get access to lots of stuff through books, can't you? But it's not the same as watching a video and somebody else doing it and talking you through it. It's like having a live class with somebody. And I do think that is absolutely amazing. I do really think it's great. And, I've suddenly realised that how much I actually love making blankets. I could sit here forever, never go out, become an old lady sitting in my chair forever with my crackling fire going. Not that I've got one. I use a YouTube crackling fire, authentically believing that I've got a fire in my lounge, and I sit and I am so happy just sitting here doing this, that the world could go by for a whole week and I wouldn't even know, because I'm really content. And I think part of it is because I can actually see it growing. And I, I don't know. I never thought I would ever love doing something as I'm going to say contemplative as this, because it can be. You can just be sitting anywhere and doing this, and it's just mindfulness at its best. I think it's great, and it's so simple, and it's going to be an heirloom for my niece. Be it that now that I've got to probably make another one for her sister before she goes back, which is going to be a bit of a feat because she goes back in a couple of weeks. So, but never mind. Yeah, so that's what I'm coming on, just to have a little chat and to say this is going to grow into a beautiful, beautiful. I actually do love the colours. I think this range I might crochet a blanket in every colour, because I think they're absolutely beautiful. And they are really warm. They're not wool and they're not alpaca, and they are actually acrylic, which is the bit I don't particularly like, because acrylic is a byproduct of plastic. But on the upside, it's not gone to landfill, it's been turned into wool. So great, hey. So it should last a really good long time to be an heirloom. So what a great little gift. And it is actually quite soft. I was quite surprised. I also saw some wool yesterday by the Women's Institute, and it was an Aran in a mustard tweed kind of colour, and I liked the look of that. But I'm going to see what I can get in the op shops, because I think in the new year there could be some people with balls of wool they don't want, or whatever they're not making. And I do like to upcycle a lot if I can. But in terms of stuff like this, sometimes it's you can't, because there's either not enough of the right colour, or for whatever reason. But I do love these colours. I think they look absolutely amazing together. So I just thought I'd come on and share that with you. I mean, I will be sitting here and crocheting all day today, along with doing a few other odd jobs and bits and pieces, but this has got to be ready. So I've got to get on and do it. And I'd love for you to stay, but I don't think I've got anything else to chat about, because nothing's really, I'm all ready for my solstice, and no, touch wood, no dramas. So I'm off to do a little bit more of this, listening to my fire crackling away on YouTube and some Christmas songs in the background. So until the next time, my friends, thank you for joining me. I hope you try this project, or even something close. Get out of your comfort zone. That's what I say. Don't think, oh, I can't do that, because that's what I thought. I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if I can do it. And I do challenge myself a lot on that. Put it in the chain, yes. So if you think, oh, that's not for me, how do you know until you do a square? And I'd say, don't go and buy from a shop. Go and buy from a charity shop, just a ball of wool. Get yourself, this is a number 5mm needle. And go and have a look at Bella Coco's video and have a go. Challenge yourself. How do you know if you don't like it if you don't try it? And if it's not for you, look at me. I found out when I started it that I actually loved doing it. So now I'm obsessed by it, but I didn't know that before I stepped out of my comfort zone. And yes, my first blanket, this one, I had to listen to her quite a few times, and I wouldn't say there's any mistakes on it, but I knew that, I don't know, I learned a lot by doing it. And it's a very easy, effortless. No, I didn't make any mistakes on it, because there's the first 4 corners. So I'm not adventurous with my, with my crocheting. I'm not into making shawls yet, but I'm going to step out of my comfort zone once this blanket is done for my niece, and I am going to attempt to do something a little bit more courageous. But you don't know, my friends, until you do something. How could you possibly know whether you like it or not, or whether you're good at it or not? You don't. So, until the next time, I encourage you, my friends, all the way around the world, back again, to step out of your comfort zone just once. Namaste.